Most gardeners, try to fix dead soil by adding more fertilizers, more compost, or just more inputs on top of a system that is already failing. The problem, though, is not really what is missing from the soil, but rather what the soil has lost in function. Dead soil is not just nutrient poor, it is biologically inactive, structurally collapsed, and simply unable to cycle organic matter properly. Adding random amendments without rebuilding that system only creates temporary improvement, followed by even more decline. The mistake is treating all plants as equal when it comes to soil recovery. Some plants actually drain soil further, while others actively rebuild it. The difference comes down to root behavior, biomass production, microbial relationships, and how much organic matter they return to the soil. Choosing the wrong plants can, unfortunately, extend soil damage, while the right ones can reverse it surprisingly quickly. But before looking at specific plants, soil recovery must always begin with biological activation. One of the most effective ways to support that process is through organic leaf mold. A product like organic fermented leaf mold soil conditioner, for example, plays a major role here. It's linked in the description below. This product is available on Amazon, and this content uses Amazon affiliate links, meaning a small commission may be earned from qualifying purchases at no extra cost. Leaf mold is not just decomposed leaves. It is a fungal-rich soil conditioner that rebuilds structure, improves moisture retention, and reintroduces microbial life into exhausted ground. Leaf mold works because it mirrors what happens naturally in forest systems. Instead of breaking down rapidly like compost, it decomposes slowly through fungal activity, creating stable humus that improves soil texture over time. When applied as a base layer or mixed into topsoil, it creates the ideal environment for soil-repairing plants to establish themselves more effectively. The first group of plants that consistently revives poor soil are deep taproot accumulators. These plants push roots deep into compacted layers, physically breaking up hard soil while drawing up nutrients from deeper profiles. Over time, they create natural channels that improve aeration and water movement. Their decaying roots also leave behind organic pathways that future plants benefit from. The second group includes fast-growing biomass producers. These plants grow quickly, produce large amounts of leafy material, and return significant organic matter back into the soil when cut back or decomposed in place. This constant cycle of growth and decay feeds soil microbes and increases organic content rapidly. Without this input, degraded soil remains stagnant regardless of surface treatments. The third group consists of nitrogen-fixing plants. These species form relationships with soil bacteria that convert atmospheric nitrogen into plant-available forms. This reduces dependence on external fertilizers and begins rebuilding natural fertility cycles. In poor soil, nitrogen fixers often act as the first stabilizing layer that allows other plants to establish later. The fourth group is ground-covering soil protectors. These plants are critical because exposed soil loses moisture, heats up too quickly, and erodes easily. Ground covers create a living shield over the soil surface, reducing stress while improving microbial activity beneath. They also contribute organic matter continuously as leaves and stems break down in place. The fifth group includes dynamic accumulator plants. These species are often misunderstood, but they play an important role in soil recovery by drawing up trace minerals and redistributing them through leaf drop and decomposition. Over time, they help balance micronutrient availability in soils that have been depleted through years of intensive use. The real power comes when these plant types are combined rather than used individually. A soil recovery system that includes deep-rooting plants, biomass producers, nitrogen fixers, ground covers, and accumulators creates a layered ecosystem that mimics natural regeneration. Each group supports the others, and soil improvement accelerates as a result. Leaf mold acts as the foundation that makes all of this possible. Without it, soil remains too unstable for consistent plant establishment. With it, microbial activity increases, moisture is retained more effectively, and root systems develop more easily. This is especially important in degraded or compacted soil where biological activity has collapsed. Application of leaf mold should be done in a layer of at least 3 to 5 centimeters for surface improvement, or mixed into the topsoil for faster integration. In heavily damaged soil, deeper incorporation combined with mulch cover produces faster recovery. Moisture must be maintained during this phase, as fungal activity depends heavily on consistent damp conditions. Once soil begins to stabilize, plant selection becomes critical. Introducing too many heavy feeders too early can reverse progress. Instead, the focus should be on building structure first, then gradually introducing higher demand crops as the system strengthens. This staged approach prevents relapse into poor soil conditions. Another key factor is cutting and recycling plant material directly back into the soil system. Instead of removing biomass, allowing it to decompose in place ensures continuous organic matter input. This mimics natural ecosystems where nothing is wasted and everything cycles back into the soil. Over time, this system creates visible changes. Soil becomes darker, more crumbly, and more stable in structure. Water infiltration improves and surface crusting decreases. Earthworm activity increases as organic matter and microbial life return. Plants show stronger growth not because of external inputs, but because the soil itself becomes functional again. This approach works across different soil types, including clay-heavy and sandy soils, but the timeline varies. Clay soils respond well to structure-building plants and organic matter integration, while sandy soils benefit more from moisture-retentive amendments like leaf mold combined with ground covers. The most important shift in this process is understanding that soil recovery is not a single action. It is a system rebuild. Plants are not just growing in soil, they are actively repairing it when chosen correctly. Each plant type contributes a specific function, and together they restore balance over time. For gardeners dealing with long-term soil decline, this method offers a practical path forward, without relying heavily on synthetic inputs or repeated external corrections. It focuses instead on rebuilding natural processes that sustain soil health long after intervention stops. Subscribe for more practical system-based gardening strategies that focus on real soil recovery instead of temporary fixes. Share this with anyone struggling with exhausted or lifeless soil. Better gardens are not built through constant inputs. They are built through systems that restore function, and tools like organic leaf mold help start that process in a way that actually lasts.